morning. So today is Friday and I think I'm gonna finally have the chance to go to Nîmes for my little day out and picnic. One of the last times I was in France about a year ago, I actually took a wee bit of a day trip to Nîmes. Whilst we were there we had a brilliant time, the architecture was gorgeous, the weather was nice and sunny. So I thought during this trip it would be really nice to just head back to Nîmes, somewhere that I really enjoyed, and have my little picnic in the sunshine and hopefully read a little bit of my book. I wanted to do this trip earlier on in the week but the weather was horrible and grey and rainy, so I thought it'd be best to put off for a sunny day. So I've checked the weather this time and it is meant to be nice and warm. I think it should be up to about 24 or 25 degrees hopefully. So yeah, today I'm going to go for it and try having a little fun day out in the sun and we'll see how it goes. I'm training in about 30 minutes I want to catch. So yeah, I'm going to go finish getting ready and get all my stuff together and get myself out the house. So I'm back home now after a lovely day out in Nîmes. When I arrived in the city I just had a little bit of a wander around and also went to the market that was on today, and afterwards I headed back to one of my favourite spots from last time we were there and I just sat there for a wee while reading my book. I took a little break around about lunchtime and wandered over to a new little spot near the fountain where I had my lunch and I finally finished my book. I was reading a book about money which sort of documented his life through his own letters and it showed a little bit of the artwork as well. I started reading the book at the end of February or start of March and we're now almost at the end of April, so I've not been doing very well on the reading front. But I think now that it's done I'm hopefully going to be back on a roll with my reading and I'm hoping to get through a good number of books this summer hopefully. After finishing up my book I went for a wee wander around some of the shops and after a pretty long day in the sun I decided to just head back home relatively early. So it's almost about 6 o'clock now and I'm just back in the door and I'm fancying just making myself some dinner. I've got my exams coming up really quickly in a couple of days and I feel like I should really be starting to study just now. So I think if I've got some energy this evening I might try to have a wee look at some stuff. But yeah, the motivation is totally gone at this point and I really don't think the nice sunny Mediterranean weather is helping. But yeah, I think another nice chilled evening will do me the world of good. I've been managing to get an awful lot done in the days but I definitely need a bit of rest, so I'm excited to just be at home for the evening. But yeah, I'm looking forward to a chilled evening and I think I might have my dinner outside in the courtyard, which will be nice. So yeah, I'm gonna go get my evening started and I will probably catch up with you tomorrow. Good afternoon. So it is the next day and I have spent all morning just trying to prep for exams. I think the fear's now setting a little bit, so I'm trying to get just as much done as I can before the exams. I've spent a good few hours this morning just trying to work through some of my notes and organise things a little bit. So I'm going to head out for the afternoon, try and have a little bit of a change of scenery this afternoon and make the most of my time here. So it's about 2 o'clock just now and I've not really worked out a plan for the day, but I think I'm going to go grab the tram and go pop to some shops, and I think maybe on the way back I might pop to one of the parks for a little while and do some reading and just try and chill out for a little bit. So yeah, I think that's my little plan for the afternoon and I will see where it gets me. I had my first exam, which went pretty well, and throughout the rest of the week I'll be having my final exams for uni on Thursday and Friday. So I've got 2 days off before they start, so for the rest of this week I've not got really any big plans, and I thought it would be nice to just have a little bit more of a chill week here in Montpellier. Before this trip I'd done most of the touristy things in Montpellier, as I'd lived here for about 3 weeks before a few summers ago, and I've also popped in and out of the city at various points throughout the last few years. So last week I was sort of going over some of the stuff that I'd done before and just revisiting some of my favourite spots. And I also took myself on a few little adventures to some new places, which was really good fun, and it was also a really good test for my French, which I'm trying really hard to learn whilst I'm over here. But a new week has now rolled around and I feel like I've done most of the things that I wanted to do here. So I've now got a good few days free where I'm just gonna see what happens on the day and what I'm feeling like, and I'm hoping that I can find some other little fun things to fill my week with. Because I've got exams coming up, I think this week's gonna be a little bit closer to home, so I think a bit of a slower pace, as the next week or so after I finish exams is going to be super busy in Marseille and Nice. So I think it would be good after about a month or so of travelling so far to just have a bit of a quieter week this week. Today I've had a bit of a longer lie this morning as I've been needing a bit of a rest, but I've got ready for the day and I'm going to just try and get myself outside. It's a bit grey, but I'm hoping that I can find a few fun things to do today, but also just enjoy a little bit of a slower pace. I started reading a book a few days ago and I think today I just want to try and get that finished. It's not a long book at all, so I think just an hour or so should do it, and then I'll have another little book under my belt. I think I'll just get the day started, get myself changed and see what I get up to today. But yeah, I think it's going to be one of those days where I'm just sort of making it up as I go along, which I think is exactly what I need as I've been super busy. But yeah, I think I'm just going to see where the day takes me. That is me just in the door now for the evening. After leaving the house, I headed out to the shops to just pick a few last little bits up for the trip. And I'm also just picking up a few little bits that I forgot, especially as the weather's meant to just get a little bit warmer over the last part of my trip. After that, I made my way back into town and grabbed a tram out to near where Sam used to live, as there's a really cute little picnic spot that I like there that we used to go to, and I thought it would be the perfect place to just sit down and get some reading done and try and finish off my book. So I enjoyed spending a few hours out there near the vineyard just reading my book. But I ended up super hungry, so I came back, I had a quick snack, and then I headed out and I've just finished my book. So my little reading session was super productive and I managed to finish my book. It's my second of the trip, so I feel like we're back on a roll with my reading. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. I think I mentioned before that it was The Outsider by Albert Camus. It's the first time that I'd read any of his books, and it was very short to the books that I usually read. But I think that was quite a nice way to just try and get through another book, especially as I'm travelling about a bit, so it's nice to just have something you can dip in and out of and get finished quite quickly. But yeah, I found it an interesting read and it gives you a lot of food for thought, and I look forward to reading more of his books in the future. Camus is one of Sam's favourite authors, so we've got plenty of books at home. So yeah, I think that's a little goal for me long term, just try and get my French up to speed so I can work my way through those books at some point in the future. So that was my day so far. I had a bit of a wander in the shops, I read my book, and now I'm home, so I'm very ready now to just settle down for the evening and have something tasty for dinner. Hello, so today is Friday and it has been a minute since I last filmed anything. This week has been exam week for me, doing all my final exams for university, and I have just finished my last one this morning, so I'm officially done diploma. I haven't finished that long ago, I've just been finished long enough to just get myself ready for the day and make some lunch. I've had the best time being away over the last month, but it definitely has been hanging over me a little bit, just knowing that the exams are coming up. So yeah, I think now that I'm finished it'll really make a massive difference, and there's definitely going to be a bit of a weight off. It's funny because I think like going into this year and even going into my degree, it felt like a bit of a marathon just trying to get to the end of it all. But yeah, I've got 2 more years of my traineeship until I'm qualified, but that'll be working in an office and you'll be getting paid, which is a bit nicer. But yeah, that is my time at university officially finished. It's so funny to me because I still feel the same age as I did when I went into uni. But yeah, it has definitely been a minute, and I think I'm going to really enjoy being finished with all the exams and assignments, and hopefully going forward everything will feel a little bit less intense and stressful now that I don't have so many assignments coming up all the time. So yeah, a very big moment, and I've now got I think just over 3 months off, and I'm looking forward to just really enjoying my summer and yeah, just making the most of this time as it's my last ever uni summer. Although I think I've definitely been doing that so far, having been away for the last month or so. But yeah, so tomorrow is also my final day here in Montpellier before I head off, and my next stop is Marseille, and then I'll be heading over to Nice as well. So yeah, a few little things coming to an end at once, and I'm excited to move on to my next little adventures. So yeah, I think it's not fully sunk in yet, but I want to go get myself outside in the sunshine for the rest of the day and just try and make the most of it and chill a little bit before I head into a busy few weeks. But yeah, I think that's a really big chapter of my life closed, and I'm looking forward to my next little adventures. I think on that note, it'll be a good little time to just end this video as well, and I will catch up with you very soon on my next adventures.